Hello everyone, and welcome to my garden. My name is Jodie, and I just thought I would take you for a walkthrough of the garden as it is now. So I grow inland from Brisbane in Queensland, Australia, and we don't really use the US hardy zones here, but some sort of comparison that I've been able to find is that we're around about a 9B, 10A, sort of on the borderline there. We do have quite a bit of tree coverage on this property, so we don't actually ever get a frost, which is very helpful because then we can extend our growing season to all year round. So anyway, I will take you and show you what we've got. So I've only really been growing a vegetable garden in this space for not quite 12 months. And initially when I started, we didn't have these raised beds. We actually started in-ground gardening over in this space here. So I think we might start there. I'll show you what we've currently got growing and explain why we've moved to the raised beds. So at the moment I've got tomatoes along this first row. Like I said, we don't frost here, so we can technically grow tomatoes all year round. In fact, because of our fruit fly issues, some people say that growing tomatoes in winter in Brisbane is the best time to grow them. I'm finding, however, that they are obviously setting fruit, but I'm not really getting the fruit to ripen at this stage, so we could just be a little bit too cold even though we don't get frosts. So we'll just have to see how this plays out. But I've got Roma tomatoes along this first row here. Second row, which is looking quite sad, is some overwintered capsicums and chilies. Just here. Apologies for the noise in the background. My neighbour is working on something. Hopefully you can still hear me. And we've got some, I think these are Santorini tomatoes here. Not 100% sure. And then over here we've got some of the cherry tomatoes, which again are setting fruit, but just not getting any ripening at this stage. I guess if they don't ripen, they might just hang on until spring comes and then ripen at that point. In this row, we've got all of our brassicas. Well, the rest of the bed actually is all brassicas, because they do grow really well here during winter. So I've got some broccolis here with little baby broccolis, and then we've got cabbage and Brussels sprouts and some pak choi that's gone to seed, so, well, to flower at least. I'm just leaving those flowers for the pollinators, and maybe I'll even save seeds from them if they develop seeds. And then over here I think we've got purple cauliflower, but we've had nothing start to head up on these yet. Over in this patch we have garlic with a lot of weeds, as well as more Brussels sprouts. And this sad patch here is the onion bed. Unfortunately, there's no onions left because this has been one of our wettest years on record, and we have just had so much rain, and as you can see, the ground has actually washed away a bit and all of the onions just died. Over here into some more of the brassicas. I've got swede growing here, Actually got some decent roots starting in there. I don't know if you can see it. So I'm hopeful that we might actually start to get something we can eat of those soon. And then these are my best looking cabbages down here. Actually starting to head up quite well. They're a mini cabbage variety, so they're not going to get massive. And some more broccoli. This was one of the cauliflowers that we've already harvested. Probably should pull that plant out, I just haven't yet. And then we've got all of our potatoes along here. These have been in for quite a while now, so I expect we'll be pulling these out soon. Below the original garden area, we have actually decided to put in an orchard. There's still a lot of work to do to clear up around all of these trees and things, but we thought the main thing was to just get them in, and then we can work on that later. So here we have a lemon. Can't remember off the top of my head what variety it is. And something is eating all my citrus. So I'm going to have to figure that out. Can't actually find what the culprit is, but it's doing a great job on stripping all the leaves. Here we have an orange. Might have a tag on this one. Yes, it's a Valencia orange. Here we have a honey murcot mandarin. And another one that's getting eaten terribly by the bugs at the moment is a Hickson mandarin. I believe that these are two types that fruit at slightly different times, so they should keep us in supply of mandarins for quite a while. In this bed back here we have strawberries. I put this up even though they're not fruiting yet because something was digging up all of the plants. So anyway, these are starting to sprout nicely. Behind the strawberries we've got bananas. Can't remember what variety these are, but hopefully we'll find out this coming summer if they will fruit. This here is a fig cutting, which hopefully will grow nicely when the weather warms up. And over here we've got a mulberry tree, which at the moment just looks like a stick. But hopefully come spring this stick will turn into a tree. This is pawpaw. We've got a mango here. Again, I can't remember what variety it is. I've got them all written down though. But it's looking very good. Here we have a longan tree. A dwarf macadamia. And an Anna's apple, which is apparently one of the ones that can grow in our climate. And this stick is a nectarine, so hopefully it will leaf out again come spring. And lastly, oh actually not quite lastly, here we've got a Tahitian lime. And lastly we have the dragon fruit. Coming back up the stairs from the orchard, I have planted 4 blueberry bushes just in the last couple of weeks on the side here. Go up there. Just little things at the moment, but hopefully they will survive. I've got them covered because something was eating on them. I think it might have been our cockatoos. This is a passion fruit vine, which is growing very nicely. And then over here we have a start for a raspberry, which I've seen no action from that yet, so we'll see if that actually grows. And 3 elderberries, which hopefully will like it here. So that's the tour of the original garden space as well as the orchard. We recently, about a month ago, decided to start putting in a raised garden bed area. Like I mentioned earlier, we have had so much rain this year, which is brilliant. However, it has made it very clear to me that growing in ground on that slope is just not really feasible. So we had this nice area above the original garden space that was nice and flat and wasn't being used for anything. So we thought that we would just put some beds in and see how it goes, basically. And I chose to put in some extra tall beds just to make things really easy for maintaining them and everything. So I'll take you through a bit of a walk through that area now. Like I said, these beds have only been in for the last month, so all the plants are really new, and we haven't been able to harvest anything out of it yet, but I'm excited to see what grows in this space. So we've got 4 beds in this area. They're all about 70 centimeters tall, which is nice for working in. No irrigation on them yet, but we've got all of the stuff in there to put it in when we're ready. And I'll just walk you through what we've got. So, got some celery and some little beetroots. This is just a mix of different beetroots here. Got some little gem lettuce, a mini cauliflower, an unnamed cabbage, I can't remember what variety that one is, some more cos lettuce, and a row of pak choi down here. Obviously being winter, all of these leafy greens and brassicas is what's growing really well at the moment. These are 2 Chinese cabbage, which are just now starting to head up, which is exciting. And we've got some radish. We ate roasted radish for the first time the other day and really enjoyed it, so I think we'll be including radish in our planting a bit more from now on. We've got carrots, silver beet, and another random cabbage. So I've decided to give square foot gardening a try in these raised beds just to see if I like it. So that's why everything's in these little squares, I guess. We've got some snow peas starting to go up these trellises, These are the only onions that survived from that lower bed, so I thought I would move them up here and see if anything actually happens with them. We've got some more of the mini cauliflower. Rocket, which I had very spotty germination on, but I think the seeds were really old, so it's probably not surprising. More carrots. Some little gem lettuce. Another cabbage. Some beautiful red oak leaf lettuces, which are growing really well. Some more cabbage. More Chinese cabbage. And some baby leeks. If you can even see them in there. And then another patch of mixed beetroots. The third bed starts with a Chinese cabbage here, and now I've got this one listed as a Sicily purple cauliflower. However, I'm starting to think that I may have got that wrong, and this in fact might be a red cabbage. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what that turns out to be. Some more pak choy and leeks. More mixed lettuce here. And celery. I've planted some more radish in there, so hopefully they pop up soon. Some, what are these? More cos lettuce. And a cauliflower, which I think something has been nibbling at, because I'm guessing a cockatoo. They like to come in and destroy the plants, which is very frustrating. And then we've got some bush beans here. These are the Redlands beans, which hopefully will do well because the Redlands is an area quite near to where we live. So if they were a variety developed in that area, I'm hopeful that we'll get a really good crop out of them. And then we've got sugar snap peas all the way along here, growing up our arched trellis. And this side we've got more snow peas. In here we've got spinach, 2 more Chinese cabbages, some more freshly planted radish, which hopefully we'll start to see something pop up soon. Can't see anything yet. 2 more cauliflowers, some more bush beans. These are a different variety though. These are the strike beans, which I grew them last summer and they did really well. And then we've got some pak choys here. And lastly, I've got a yellow scallop squash, which this is not the right time of year to be growing squash, but I thought I would put it in and see what happened because I had terrible luck last year with my squash. They just did not like all the rain, I think, and I hardly got anything. So thought I would throw it in and we'll see. Could be an absolute disaster. And that's it. Thank you for watching my first ever garden tour. I'm hoping to do these regularly just so that I can keep an eye on what I'm actually growing as well, because I'm terrible at writing things down. I start spreadsheets and all sorts of things and then they just fall to the wayside. So I thought this could be a good visual journal. And I look forward to seeing you here again next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.